Listen to Iron Maiden, baby, with me.
What's happening? Welcome to Listen to Iron Maiden, baby. I'm Ash and I'm from South Wales.
I'm Ante, I'm from New South Wales.
And we had our first email.
Oh, hey.
And I'm
So you didn't tell me.
I didn't tell you because this email is basically just slamming you. And so I was going to forward it to you.
You know,
thought,
now that you just said it's slamming me,
yeah,
is it from someone I know?
possibly.
Yeah.
This is the problem. And another thing which I didn't like about being in a band as well is that, listen, I'm very grateful for anyone who came to watch my band live or bought a CD. Of course, I'm grateful. But at the same time, I only class, like, if we played a gig and there's a lot of my friends there, I don't class that as a real gig. I prefer much going away from where we are, where there's no one there. And there's like 3 people, but at least that's 3 people who are possibly interested in the music and not just that are mates, which I sound like really ungrateful right now. Same with this podcast. Of course, any downloads we're having now is, you know, a lot of it is our friends and family, which is cool when they're interested in. But at the same time, this is about Iron Maiden, and guys, no one's interested in it and other than mental Iron Maiden fans. Okay, so if you're a member of my family or my friend, just stop listening. You don't have to listen. We're talking about Iron Maiden. Don't worry about it. I know you're not interested. Just give up. Anyway, Ante. So the email is from, I don't even know how to read the name. Jua Tapa? Juha?
Juha.
Okay.
I know Juha. He's from Finland.
Finland. I see. Well, that's why the grammar is not so good then.
Yeah.
It says, good job. Okay, makes total sense.
Now I know why he's going to... I know Juha. He's also a frequent visitor to Hiroshima.
There we go. Yeah. Well, Scandinavian people are very direct, and I guess this is very direct.
We're talking about Juha. I give you permission to be totally... you don't hold back.
I'm not. It's only one sentence.
Oh, okay. Okay.
It says, good job. Ante, you know that this is weird and you know it. Juha. And with no commas or anything like that. So I was like, okay. So yeah, a friend of yours then.
Yeah. I like it. Thanks, Juha.
Juha, you were the first email that we've got, and so we're obviously gonna put that on the show. And thank you. At least no one slammed me yet, but I'm waiting for it.
I was expecting a lot worse, but I can go with that.
Yeah.
Smart ass. Wait till I see him again.
Fantastic. Anyway, welcome back. Anyway, guys, so we are continuing the Iron Maiden album, the original 1980 release. Last week we finished up and we were coming to apparently Ante's favorite song, apparently.
Still is. Like, a lot of the tracks have been growing on me more, but no, this is my favorite.
Okay, this song is called Phantom of the Opera. I'm going to play it for you right now. Now, another one of my favorite things in life is South Park. And whenever I hear this song, I think of Cartman just going, yeah. Now, honestly, this song is so good. It deserves to be played all the way through, but we can't do that for copyright reasons.
Exactly.
But Ante, come on, cough up. What do you think about this song? Phantom of the Opera.
You know, like I said, from the start, I just love it. I think we were talking about it the other week, where for me, I had made the comparisons to classical music.
Yes.
The melodies, the notes. Like, I could see Beethoven back in the day just sitting down, writing this out, going, yeah, this rocks. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
maybe no electric guitars
Oh,
then.
Beethoven would have loved Iron Maiden.
Yeah, I reckon he would have.
Yeah, he'd have been one of those guys that wears an Iron Maiden shirt no matter what the
Right.
like the scenario is.
Yeah.
Wedding, he's got an Iron Maiden shirt.
Yeah.
My old college lecturer got married, and he's a massive Iron Maiden fan. When he got married, they played all Iron Maiden classically through the wedding
Nice.
when they're walking down the aisle and stuff. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, for that one. But yeah, the melody, the way the intro starts, and one of the other things I really like about it, when the vocals come in, the way it's following the melody as well on the guitars as well.
Yeah, I mean, there's a couple of Iron Maiden songs which are actually going to be instrumentals going forward, and I can see why they are, because it's quite difficult to sing. They did a good job on this song actually having some vocals.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of the times. So there's a thing in modern Maiden, which is not a problem, but people complain about it, is that because they got 3 guitar players, one of the guitar players, for some reason, is always playing the same melody as the vocal. And sometimes it's cool, but sometimes it's like, all right, I mean, let Bruce sing it.
Yeah.
But with a song like this, it's you can't just put like a regular vocal over it. So you have to kind of follow the melody. And but I think Paul or Steve, whoever wrote it, did a really good job in making it not just follow, not just going like that's cool, but you know, what else are you going to sing on it? Otherwise there's no verse, is there really?
Well, I guess it's kind of okay as well, because this is the first time they're doing it.
That's true.
It's the first album.
Yeah, exactly.
And,
exactly.
Yeah, and also for me, the track kind of really stood out for me. Like when you're just listening, it was just like, this is a little bit different.
100%. This is a banger.
Yeah.
It's a banger. It's a banger.
Yeah.
I'll cut that short.
Yeah.
Whenever it's a song that's a complete banger, I'm going to just play random songs saying that it is a banger. But yeah, I agree. I mean, this is, for me, one of the best Maiden songs ever. I mean, it's on the first album, which is crazy.
Yeah.
And Bruce has sung it as well, but we'll get to that in the future.
Yeah.
And it is really good both ways. But yeah, Paul is fantastic on this song. But I do, in a way, because of the kind of nature of the song, I do prefer Bruce's when he sings it. He's more theatrical kind of thing. And
considering this is my favorite, and I haven't heard the Bruce version,
yeah,
I want to hear that.
It's mostly like live, I think. I'm not sure if it's a studio recording. I think it's a live.
Yeah.
But yeah, for me, like, this is one of those the first of what I call the doodly doodly tracks. Yeah. Where like whenever listening, I'm just like doodly 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 doo, and then like in the middle part when it goes to the the doopy part there. Yeah? So there's a lot of doopies, a lot of doo-doos in it, you know. Even though I do love singing along to Iron Maiden, but I don't know about you, but when I sing along to the vocals, but then when the guitar comes in, I'm singing that as well.
Right.
It's really
in my head, yes, I am doing that as well.
Yeah, I do it all the time. Yeah. It's very funny.
Yeah.
But man, this is what I reckon. This is the song that. Well, not song, but like what Steve Harris had in his head for the past 5 years.
Yeah.
Like what he wanted, you know.
This is it culminating.
Right? Yeah, exactly.
Together
Culminating and exactly what he wanted to do this is what I want to do. This is the song that is the, like, you know, the result of that, you know. Because a lot of the other songs, I'm pretty sure, I know for a fact that a lot of the other guitar players that they played through, you know, the Maiden went through a bunch of guitar players. There's a lot of bluesy stuff on these songs, like later songs, and I reckon they are more influenced by the band as a whole and those other guitar players.
Yeah.
This one is just Steve, who is Steve, because it's very rocky, you know, very metally. Whereas the first these two albums now, there are some like bluesy parts on there where they don't really come out from the third album, where they had to write everything from scratch.
Right.
Number of the Beast was written like, all right, guys, next album, we gotta write these songs, you know.
We've said it before, like you got your whole life to write that first album,
exactly,
and then following it up. Whoa,
yeah. Well, they stretch into 2 albums, so fair enough.
Yeah.
I mean, it's so fast to play, and you know, Steve plays. I know everyone says, "Oh, Steve plays with his fingers," but playing bass like this, the way he plays it, you know, like I said, his technique is to have really low action and really high, you know, really lightly to pick, because otherwise you just can't get away with it. But it's still impressive, you know,
I think so.
Yeah, it's very impressive. You know, it's like Master of Puppets. Like James Hetfield plays that all down picked.
Oh,
like he doesn't do any up picking.
No, then that's...
Yeah, and it's really difficult to do. If you try to do the whole song down picking, even like some of the best guitar players in the world are like,
yeah.
And it doesn't sound right unless you down pick it.
Yeah, no, that is so true.
If you don't go, you know, If you go, it's not the same. It's got to be.
It's different.
Yeah,
it's minor, but it's there.
Very. It's just the little nuances in the guitar that you have. I mean, but this song, it is awesome. I know they said that you don't like the production on there. Do you think that the bass in Iron Maiden songs is way too high in the mix?
Steve.
Yeah, because I really feel like sometimes I'm like, even though I love the sound of it, but I do think like, Jesus Christ, that bass is really loud.
And going with the sound back then as well, it's
Yeah, I mean, Steve, it's not supposed to be a lead instrument. You know that, right? I mean, you should have picked up a guitar if you want to be the hero.
Metallica could have learned from that though. Certain album, certain mix. Anyway, moving on. Sorry.
Yeah. Well, with thrash, I don't think bass really matters that much anyway. I'm only joking. I like thrash music, but anyway.
Don't like mangoes.
But you don't like mangoes.
No, I don't. I like thrash, but I don't like mangoes. Neither does Bruce. Anyway, back to...
I'm Maiden.
Okay, it is time for Ashley's Splooge Iron Maiden time.
What is Splooge Iron Maiden time?
This is the Splooge Iron Maiden time where I can't actually describe how much I like it. So I wrote 3 sentences which express my feelings. Number 1, this song is so good, it makes you want to drop kick the glass of milk your grandmother is about to drink right out of her hands and jump on the sofa with your shoes on. Number 2, this song is so good that the only reason Melanie Trump stays with old MacDonald is because he plays this when he's brushing his teeth in the morning. Number 3, this song is so good that the Game of Thrones writers completely fucked up the show because they had this on repeat and couldn't write anything good due to severe neck pain from headbanging all the time.
I knew it.
I knew it too, right?
Nice.
Yeah, I'm just joking. But seriously, I mean, I love this song and it's amazing. And man, Clive Burr on drums here, the speed, of course, all members are great, whatever. But it's something about members are not in the band anymore. You feel like a bit of like, they were great,
Yeah.
And you should remember them, kind of thing.
This is definitely one song that shows it. Also, like, this song has a lot of parts to it, right?
Yeah,
the changes.
I'm sure they recorded this in parts and wrote it in parts because they do that right now. But it's this is not one of those songs that you're like, let's just jam and see where it goes.
Yeah.
I mean, it is.
No, this went to a few different places, right? In one
100%.
track.
Yeah, I mean that's what Steve likes, all the time changes. But he likes the music he likes. Has got a lot of time changes, but that kind of music like Jethro Tull, etc. It's quite like like folksy or whatever. But he's just taken that and put it into like a metal sound, and it's brilliant. And like, man, I always judge metal bands on transitions.
Yeah,
Iron Maiden from up until I'd say like 1990 are very, very good at making transitions in their songs from the verse to the chorus. Whereas like after 1990, they just give up and just start going right verse into chorus. Don't even bother with the transition.
Yeah,
and that's sometimes, but I think they're very, very good at really, really going from into different parts and making it make sense. And not just be like a random where are we now?
It's everything's different, but it just fits together and just 100%. This sounds right. Yeah,
man, did you watch what's that show, Stranger Things?
Oh yeah.
See, that was that guy who played bloody Pastor of Muppets. He should have played this song, he would have survived.
Hey, yeah, you're right, actually.
Man, if he'd been up on that house playing this song, he would have survived 100%.
His name was Eddie.
No way.
Yeah.
There we go. That must have been
maybe.
That's going to be come on. Yeah. 100% Eddie because of Maiden. I'm saying it here first, right?
Okay, yeah. I'm going with that. I'm agreeing. All right.
Yeah. I think this is easily the best song on the album and a top 10 track of their whole catalogue.
Yeah.
Steve's bloody fingers as well, man. He must have because you work with your hands, don't you?
Yeah.
Calluses?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Steve's bloody hell, his fingers must be horrible to touch, really.
Yeah.
Oh, good. One of those guys who could stick his finger in a volcano and not feel it, right?
I'm good.
Yeah. And also, like you said, man, learning guitar, if you're playing guitar and want to learn guitar, play this song. I mean, this will really get you.
Even so, I was actually thinking about that earlier today. I was at work, working with my hands.
Yes.
And just listening to Iron Maiden.
Yeah.
And just going back to
Iron Maiden.
Thank you. Sorry. Don't like mangoes. Learning guitar.
Yeah.
And just thinking about when I used to learn guitar, and okay, so I was big into like back then, picked up guitar, was listening a lot to Megadeth and Sepultura. Now you're not going to pick up the guitar and play those.
No,
even Iron Maiden. You're not. However, do it. Just try it.
Yeah.
You're going to be really testing yourself.
Yeah, and you gotta try and play music that you like as well. You know,
exactly. No, even if it's just like, okay, I'm going to play this little simple part.
Yeah,
and then it's fulfilling as well. It's like, oh, I know how to play this part. Then just expand from there.
Exactly. Yeah.
So anyone listening, playing guitar, play what you want to play. Play the songs you love.
Yep. And if you love Iron Maiden, good luck.
Yeah, exactly. You can get there.
Yeah, you can. 100%, man. It's all practice, and like anything, you have to be. If someone has to ask you to do it,
why are you doing it?
Yeah, usually, you gotta want to do it. If you don't want to do it, don't do it. As simple as that.
That's something like music, and you got to put in the hours. You got to put in the time.
100%.
You got to get the calluses.
Yeah, those horrible calluses. Anyway, but so recently, do you know the band Ghost?
Yes. Yeah.
They covered this song.
Oh, cool.
Well, that's a.
Was it?
No. Out of respect for the listeners, I'm not gonna play it because it's quite accurate to the original. But it's got that Ghost polish to it,
right?
And I quite enjoy it, but like I know that people are just not a fan of any Iron Maiden covers, really.
Okay.
I think it's very, very good.
The last episodes, I was very impressed with that Metallica one.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. But Metallica is not that far from Iron Maiden, you know. I mean, there's a lot. Ghost are like, I think, I like melody. So for me, Ghost is an amazing band to listen because I just like the melodies and but they really is polished and the opposite of Iron Maiden, so I can totally see why people would hate it. And the comments are 50-50.
Okay.
So,
now Ghost is another band I think I need to delve into a bit more. I know them, but not as much as I should.
I really like them, but just listen to it yourself and make your own opinion because I'm not going to force it on you, man. And the thing, this song could be an instrumental and still be amazing, right?
Definitely.
And like I said, they did a really good job with the vocals, I think.
That part is the breakdown with like an offbeat, swing like again another sort of like, oh hey,
and it's got all that like backing harmonies, which I think that Dennis Stratton, the older guitar player who came in, who was fired basically for wanting to do Queen harmonies. I think they left a little bit in on this song or whatever, but it works really well. This song as well, right, I think is a good example of what metal would become in the future.
Definitely spot on. Yep.
Like in comparison to today, like it's not that technical, right? Compared to today. But for me, this is the difference between rock and metal. Like rock is just in a zone of like, we're comfortable. And metal is like music that's kind of always trying to push further into, like more technical, more difficult. Like, man, you can't beat a rock and roll band. AC/DC, 4 chords, it's amazing, right? You never need to change it.
Yeah.
But there's something about metal in general, and this is a good example of a song which I think if you would heard this back in 1980, you'd be like, whoa. And then the possibilities open up from there because you could listen, I could do like, this and this and this, whatever.
Yeah.
And it can be very difficult to explain to some people, but like, it's like, okay, I'll tell you right now I'm using recording software, right? Yeah. And how I got into recording was when I was in school and it's funny, I didn't do any music in school.
Yeah.
But when you're 14, you have to choose like some classes.
Okay.
And I chose the music class because it was for me, it was just it was a lot,
Yeah.
And I didn't play anything. I did it anyway. Anyway, went down there and it was in a different block. And we went down to the block and we went to the room, in the big room, big music room. And there's a drum set, a piano, and a computer. And I was like, why have we got a computer in here?
Yeah, right.
And he's like, it's Cubasis. And I was like, what the hell is that?
Oh, wow. What year was this too, right?
God, it must have been 2003.
2003.
Yeah, very old time. Yeah, I was like very 14, And the guy's like, it's Cubasis. And I was like, what is that? He's like, it's recording software. I was like, what do you mean? And then he started showing me like it. And I don't know why, but I can't explain it. But like 100 questions that I never had before, but like, seeing this, I was like, that's how they do it. That's how it's done. And I was like asking a question and answering it like at the same time.
Yeah.
And it just clicked, and I was like, that's how it's done now. Because I always seen like electronic music and all this stuff. And I'm like, I can't imagine a bunch of people sitting around with a bunch of synthesizers and
Yeah.
making this. I mean, they did back in the day, but in my era, I was like, I never thought about it. But when I saw it presented to me in like recording software, I was like, you can do this. And for me, this is what I would imagine listening to a song like this, where you'd be like, oh, I don't have to just go, I can go, then I can do this, but like these are the kinds of songs that really get you your mind, and then this one could have influenced a bunch of people who went on to make songs, similar in time changes and whatever. It just clicks, sometimes clicks. Anyway, amazing! It's a banger.
It's also their longest track of this album, I think, isn't it?
Yeah, I believe so.
7 minutes, something, I think.
Possibly.
Yeah,
I didn't check.
Go with me. Just
Iron Maiden are known for like long like song.
That's not that
songs.
long.
But honestly, even though I'm joking about it, I never really care, because like it's not like oh my god, 8 minutes.
I have to sit here and listen to good music for 8 minutes.
It's not a problem. It's only a problem when it's like repetitive, and this song is like always keeping it fresh and interesting, and I don't know, it's awesome.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to keep talking more about Phantom of the Opera, but guys, you all know
it's a great
it's an amazing song.
And if you don't know it, I can listen to it now, man.
Yeah, it is amazing. See, even Paul agrees. All right, let's move on, shall we?
Yeah.
I have to stop that before it goes mental. Nan's milks can go flying again. All right, Transylvania, right? So
this is the instrumental.
Yeah, the first of a few instrumentals in Iron Maiden's career. But now, because I've watched so much Iron Maiden media, they always play this song in the background of stuff. And like whenever they're doing interviews or whatever. So whenever I hear this now, I just think of somebody like selling something, Like, so like, on sale now, 75% off the Iron Maiden t-shirt and bag collection. And if you want some more, you can get all our CDs for £3,000. That's right, £3,000 for all the Iron Maiden CDs. That's including the Blaze Bayley ones, which you want. You want to collect them all. That's my image now.
Yeah, I got that one. Also, as soon as you were saying that, I had also an image for like, Speedway event for the... Just give me a bit.
Let's go.
It's Speedway weekend. Monday. Look at the cars going around. They're going fast. Yeah. That's about all I got. Sorry.
Oh my god, this is brilliant. All right, guys. Anyone that wants to chime in, please send us a voice note of you doing a voiceover of Transylvania, because for me that's bloody hilarious. Sell us something with Transylvania, right?
That's not... Hang on. That kind of gives us sponsors for today.
Oh, that does sound like sponsored, right? What are we sponsored by? Oh, okay, I got a glass of water. We are sponsored by this glass of water. It's pretty cold, and it's pretty quenched. See, I messed it up. Take 2. It's thirst quenching. Woo!
Stay hydrated.
Terms and conditions apply.
May not be real water.
Oh my god. Anyway, sorry guys. Iron Maiden.
Yep.
Who are
a 5-piece heavy metal band from the East End.
Sorry. Okay, actually, now we're talking about that. This song is called Transylvania, right?
Yeah.
Do you get a Transylvania vibe from it?
Not the start.
Yeah.
Not the start. No.
Because I've always had this is a deep, dark secret of mine. When I hear this song, besides the 75% off sale thing, all I hear is pirates.
Yeah.
Now, this is all like this is what's in my head. Ready?
Shiver me timbers.
I'm a pirate. Yo yo ho! Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. That's all that's in my head. I'm a pirate. Yo ho ho. Like, it does give you the image of pirates. I've always had it.
Yeah.
Man, if you play this on like any battle scene in Pirates of the Caribbean, I'm sure you'd be entertained.
Yeah. No. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. The first part, sorry. It's not Transylvania for me.
All right. It sounds like we don't like this song. I love this song.
I love it too. So yeah, just step back for everyone. We're not writing it off.
No.
We're just having fun.
I'm very, very sorry. I do love the band.
I'm Maiden.
Sorry. Once again, this is so catchy, instrumental, and it is. I can see why they didn't put any lyrics to it. It's pretty difficult to sing over. There's just no room for it, very. But the guitars are not like they're not playing it straight, because you hear that like they could go. But they're going din 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 like that,
Right.
that little tremolo pick on it, which gives it so much character and life to it. So I do love that. It's not ridiculously technical, but it is really interesting guitar work, and without sacrificing the song. You know, there is a song in there, but it's just instrumental.
Yeah,
I love it. It's very cool. What about you? Do you like it?
I like it. I like a good instrumental.
Well, apparently Steve came up with this on the way home from the pub.
That's right. I think, was it episode 1 or 2?
Yeah,
we were actually talking about this.
Like,
and I still am trying to image what happened in the pub.
Yeah, is he like running down the street going, dun, 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 and the guy's going, oh, mate, oh, shut up. He's trying to remember it.
It's this fast start. So is it like, I'm at the pub,
Yeah.
oh, I got to pee.
Yeah,
where's the toilets? And then he pees, and it's, Dun, 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 dun.
Oh yeah, like that, like
it's
that. Oh yeah.
So-
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Erratic start and then relief.
Yeah,
Yeah.
relief, and it's great after you.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
That makes total sense, mate. I think we've cracked the case.
I think we might have. Great song though.
It is really, really good.
Do you have just on the whole instrumental thing?
Yeah.
Not necessarily Iron Maiden. Do you have any other favorite instrumentals?
For this band?
No, in general.
Oh well, I really love the band Polyphia. Do you know them?
Yeah, I know Polyphia.
Not all their stuff, but I just like a lot of their like hip hoppy kind of stuff, which is just really chilled, playing guitar, a lot of, instrumental. And when I was a kid, I was blown away by Joe Satriani.
Yeah.
Do you know him?
Yeah.
Like I remember like my cousin brought a CD over and played like Surfing with the Alien, and I was like, what the hell?
Yes,
like,
that's right.
what's that? I didn't even know what a wow effect was,
Yeah.
I mean, talk about Kirk Hammett. This guy, Satriani, loves a wow. But like, it was amazing. And then, but the whole album was like mixes of different genres and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I was really blown away by it. What about you? Anything you like?
The one that's come to my head is definitely Metallica's Orion. Oh,
like a band, not just.
Oh no! Yeah,
that doesn't. Okay.
Yeah,
I don't like. I never liked.
You don't like Orion?
I don't. I'm not really. I'm not a massive Metallica fan.
Yeah?
See? Like, I just like it. I like the Metallica where they're not being metal.
Yeah.
Like I like Unforgiven 2.
Yeah.
Unforgiven. I like that song. It's really good.
I can't think of the name, but do
Until
you remember
It Sleeps.
POD?
Oh yeah.
The second album, there was an instrumental on that, and it's great. Starts off with acoustics.
I only heard the Alive song, which was amazing.
That's the first album, I believe.
It's a banger.
But yeah, second album. I forget the name of it, but great instrumental.
Oh, okay. I like any Joe Satriani stuff is great, but a band that is a band but does an instrumental. Oh my god! I guess Dream Theater as well.
Yeah.
Like I love their early stuff, and there's a lot of like stuff which is mostly instrumental, but I do like that. Off the top of my head, I can't really think of one.
Oh, I'm sure I've got more in there.
Yeah, let us know your favorite instrumental tracks.
Comments, please.
If you can, by a metal band as well, that'd be cool, because I like when they do Megadeth. I'm not a fan of the vocals, so I can't really listen to them a lot. And sometimes I think, Dave, just shut up and let the song go on.
I like my Megadeth, but I can get you. Yeah,
I like the band. I just don't like his vocals. Like Dave, hire a fucking singer. Come on. Another thing with Iron Maiden, right, is that almost every song is better live.
Yeah.
And it's difficult to capture like the energy of these songs, whatever, like live. It's very difficult to do that.
Yeah.
Talking like I don't know bloody Oasis again, but because I watched a lot of their documentaries, when they first mixed the first album, they were like, it doesn't sound right. And then they hired a Welsh guy. Thanks, we're pretty good, to mix it. And he's like, he knew what the band sounded like live, and he mixed it like it was live.
Yeah,
And that's
yeah.
what, made them sound massive. And it's very difficult to capture how you sound like live, because when you're in the studio, you're doing all parts and, by bit part, bass and then drums, whatever.
Yeah.
So it is difficult to capture. But when you listen to Iron Maiden's like live, that's why we're doing the Iron Maiden live albums, because
definitely. Yeah,
they are so good and better than a lot of these songs that I listen to. I have a playlist of my favorite Iron Maiden songs, and I'd say 80% of them are the live version.
Yeah.
And as much as I love the studio version, it is very, very difficult to capture that energy. But yeah. Anyway, but I do like the pirate vibe to it. But and talking when I remember because it's funny because before I heard this song, I was listening to a lot of Slayer.
Okay, yeah.
Listen to this song, right? This is what reminded me, because obviously when I heard this album, I'd already, it was like when I was like 17. I had like 10 years of listening to other music before I'd even got to this album.
Right.
And it reminded me of this song.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So my uncle used to play this all the time, and it reminded me of this. And then I researched it, and I was like, oh, people said it, right?
Straight away. No,
I mean,
wow, yeah,
right.
yeah.
I mean, Slayer, and of course, I'm sure they're inspired by Iron Maiden as well. But like, I remember hearing like my uncle, man, he's one of those guys that's like, I'm not listening to Metallica anymore. Ever since the Black Album, he only would listen to like this like dark European metal and stuff, whatever. And like anything I'd show him, he'd be like, listen to this dark stuff. And then he listened to Slayer now and again. He used to play. He's the one who got me into more metal stuff, but. Yeah, he used to play a lot of Slayer, and this reminded me of that song.
Yeah.
And when I told someone, like, that sounds like the Slayer song, and they're like, what?
Dude, I hear that straight away, though.
Right,
It's
exactly.
Yeah.
But I think it's of course, Iron Maiden are an influential band. What are you gonna do?
Yeah,
that's what happens. But whenever you watch Iron Maiden live as well, in a stadium show or a festival, you always see on the side of the stage like famous singer bands or whatever watching them, because they're like, I went to see Iron Maiden when I was like 17 playing Download Festival, and there's the bands before it were crazy. It was like Killswitch Engage, Lamb of God, Mastodon, these massive bands. And they were all going, hey, we all get to see Iron Maiden later. Are you excited?
That's really cool.
It was awesome. And I was like, whoa. And then Evanescence came on and everyone started booing and bottling them, but never mind. God, that was weird booking that was.
Yeah.
Because I know Evanescence was really popular, but they should have put them on another day, because you had Chimera, Lamb of God, Megadeth, all these Stone Sour, but doing the heavy stuff, whatever.
Okay.
And man, Corey Taylor scared the shit out of me that day.
Yeah.
He didn't even have a mask on, but I was like, Jesus Christ, that guy is mental.
Yeah.
And then Iron Maiden come on and blew everyone away, but they all made a comment about, we get to see Iron Maiden later, which is really, really cool. So, any more comments? I mean, it's an instrumental. There's not much to say, really.
Not really on that one, but
yeah.
The only comments really for me on that one, it goes into the next song. I like the way it just glides into the next track. And it's just like, ooh.
Talking of Transylvania, though, are you a big Dracula fan?
No, I haven't really looked into much Dracula.
Have you ever seen...
But that's obviously what it is, right? It's Dracula.
I guess so. But have you ever seen Bram Stoker... what's his name? Bram
Stoker.
Is it Bam or Bram? Bam Margera Stoker. Dracula. Hey, well, I'm Dracula. Welcome to Jackass. Whatever his name was. It's Francis Ford Coppola's version with Keanu
Reeves.
Man,
I couldn't tell you when I've seen it.
Mate, it's one of my favorite films in the world, because I just love. I always forget his bloody name. The guy who plays bloody Dracula.
The man himself.
He's really, really famous, but he just got one of those names that just slips my mind all the time. Shit.
This happened to us last time too, right?
I know.
I'm talking about Pantera.
I'm rubbish with these bloody names.
1992?
Gary fucking Oldman.
There we go.
That's his name. See, I hate that. Man, if you're going to be an actor, you got to have a fucking interesting name. Gary Oldman is just way too... I forget it all the time. Anyway, Gary Oldman is amazing as Dracula. And Keanu Reeves is hilarious because he's doing this British accent. Oh my God, are you the Count? And then like Gary Oldman is just doing like this amazing performance, like blood. I fucking love it. Oh my God, it's one of my favorite films. Anyway,
92. I'm gonna have to actually watch
mate, I was like so close to like clipping up that film and just putting it into Transylvania, but I didn't do it because
Rotten Tomatoes gives that a 78%.
Oh, fuck Rotten Tomatoes. It's 100%. It's one of my favorite films ever. I love it.
Ashley gives it 100%.
Yeah. And what is it? 100. I don't even get to Rotten Tomatoes. Is that good or not?
I never really read. I just looking at the screen now.
Oh, okay. Anyway, that film is amazing, all right? And I love it. Anthony Hopkins is in there. Very good. A lot of Welsh in there. Class. Great movie. Anyway, Strange World.
The only place where you can dream. Even here is not what it seems. Ship away, light in the sky. Nobody there to reason why. Here I am, I'm not really there.
Oh, can we continue that?
I won't say no.
I didn't. Sorry. I didn't. I should have clipped it longer. God, I love that song.
Yeah.
So yeah, we like the song. Strange World, man.
No, this is also another one of those songs with think about it. You start off with, Prowler. Paul is, raw.
Yes.
But listen to his voice. Listen to his voice in that one.
Brilliant, right?
It's beautiful.
Beautiful. I thought it was beautiful.
Yes.
See? Bruce can't do beautiful.
Yeah.
He can do, soaring and fantastic.
Beautiful. It's pretty.
It's gorgeous. I love this song.
Would it bring a tear to your eye?
No. The only thing apparently is Hulk Hogan.
Right, that's right.
Oh God, you bloody Hulk Hogan. Anyway, Paul is just amazing on this track.
Yeah.
His vocals or whatever. I mean, Jesus Christ. I mean, I love it. I love the whole thing. Once again, that Maiden bring it down a little bit, chilling out.
But at the right timing, right? This far into the album.
Yeah.
Let's slow things down.
Yeah, traditionally, this would be a good point to do it, wouldn't it? Remember Tomorrow was positioned right after the first track, which, and I don't know. I mean, maybe that's how it worked back in the day. Like, you'd have like a heavy one and a ballad or whatever. Because I remember that used to be like a thing.
Yeah.
You'd release a heavy song first, then a ballady one. Like Linkin Park, they released One Step Closer first, which is like, yeah, we're heavy. Then the next one was like in the end.
Yeah.
Like, like really ballady kind of thing.
Yeah.
That's been the way for a lot of metal bands for a long time, is to do that. Creed as well, those bands.
Yeah. Yep.
We're out wide open. Oh God. I love that guy's voice. Talking of wrestling, Creed were like all over wrestling when I was watching it.
Yeah.
And but there's this one thing with there's a promo.
Yeah.
Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Yeah.
Him and The Rock.
Yeah.
And they have like Creed song, whatever, all the time. But then they changed it up and they put in Limp Bizkit, My Way. And this even if you've never watched wrestling before, watch the just type in on YouTube Rock Austin, My Way promo. It is amazing. All right, it's so good.
Back when Limp Bizkit were cool.
Yeah, I do like Limp Bizkit.
I still like them.
Yeah,
they do couple.
Isn't it? It's like being a new metal fan. I guess only the people who hated it was the ones that were outside of it.
I guess so. Yeah, that makes sense.
Whereas all of us that were inside were like, "This is
fun.
Is tough,
man.
I like it." Yeah.
Give us our Limp Bizkit, our Korn. The reason I bought a 7-string guitar.
There we go. You and however many people.
Exactly.
Ibanez like, ching, thank you. When I listen to this song as well, right, I always think that Paul, obviously he leaves the band in one album, an album. He totally makes the wrong decision career-wise, because I really think that he should have just gone down the more, I won't say ballady path, but like White Snakey kind of thing, like just be like, you know what I mean, like singing like this on, like we just listened to on Strange World is amazing. No one can deny that. So what he goes into, it's funny because when he left Maiden, he's like, I want to do harder stuff, whatever. Yeah. But this is what he ends up doing.
Wow. This is the montage part of an 80s movie, right?
And those lyrics are the most like generic ones you've ever heard in your life. And yeah, it is really like Survivor-y, isn't it?
Yeah.
But that was like the first track on his first on like his new album after leaving Maiden.
Wait. we go back to Maiden?
Yeah.
It's just like
Iron Maiden, a 5-piece heavy metal band from the East End.
wow. Yeah.
The keyboards, like I'm only laughing because actually I listened to the whole album because in my research for doing this, I never actually listened to Paul Diano's solo stuff. So in my research for the podcast, I started listening to it, and actually I do like the album.
I was gonna say, research,
it is,
or hidden shame.
The album is actually really good. It's
Yeah.
just when I heard this, it was just really jarring because it's the first track on this. I was like, what the hell, It's like the beginning of like some
this is
80s like
Karate Kid montage,
yeah, like a montage
even
video,
Rocky,
or like a training video.
Yeah.
It's a really weird
Because
thing.
that you saw me, I just had my fists up straight away and I'm throwing punches.
We don't have video yet, but Andy was doing a lot of shapes there.
Yeah. Couldn't help it.
Yeah, but like, man, I just want to hear Paul Diano sing like this, like on Strange World. I would just take an album of him singing, man, go Bublé, go full Michael Bublé. Yeah.
Is this love?
Oh, that's a good song, isn't it?
I love
Exactly.
that.
Yeah. There you go. See, there's an example of them just being like chilled out and singing ballady stuff. Whatever. I like that song way more than like what's that other big hit they had? Here I Go Again.
Yeah, here.
Yeah, that's the verses are pretty chilled on that one too. So fair enough. But I do like that song. But yeah. All I'm saying is I like when Paul is singing in this way. You know, it's lovely. It's really really good. I don't know. It just makes me laugh every time. So
now we've got Team America in my head too.
Exactly. Because I typed in Paul Diano's discography, and this was the first album, and then I just clicked on the YouTube video of it because I couldn't listen to it, and then this just that popped up, and I was like, no way, it's like that. But anyway, back to Strange World. Now,
can't write heavy metal with synthesizers.
No, apparently not. But only Bruce said that. Remember?
That's right.
I do have one nitpick in this song.
Pick away.
So, when a lot of the times people write a song and then they write the lyrics later and they call it after that. I feel this is one of those songs where they had the title first and then
try and work around
the song. Because the way that they put the words Strange World in the song, for me, sounds really shoehorned in.
Okay.
Like it doesn't, I reckon the most of the song, the lyrics are flowing really, really well and like, I don't know, really nicely. But when he says, my new strange world, it sounds really weird. This is what I mean.
All my feelings cannot be hid. I'm happy in my new strange world.
Maybe it's just me, but like the way he says, my new strange world, I don't know, it just feels like it's not, it's just like, we need to put the title of the song in the lyrics, put it in there. Whereas the other ones before, the other verses are just more smooth, I thought.
It just works more.
That's the other thing, it just sticks out to me. When I listen to the song, I always think, at that part.
Yeah.
Like, I always just go...
That's good, is it? What's good about that?
But, I don't know, it just takes me out a bit.
Yeah.
It feels a bit forced, you know?
Yeah.
Like having a fake baby in a movie or something. It's like,
that's a great analogy.
Why do they do that?
Yeah.
You know, you could use my baby. I mean, I don't have one, but I'm sure that someone would lend a baby for the film.
You can buy them these days, can't you? I don't know.
Let's not go that way.
No.
We've already talked about Gary Glitter already, so
that's
we don't want to go down that.
That's a different monster.
Yeah. Anyway, so and I love the guitar. I love the flanger effect on it too. Like there's guitar effects, whatever. Like Maiden are not very known for like having a lot of guitar effects on their albums, like a lot of bands are, like
especially for the first album, right?
Yeah, that's true. But they are using quite a bit, they've used like some wah and chorus and things like that, which is cool. Whereas later on,
it's blended in really well. It doesn't stick out and like
it really differentiates the the two different guitar players, the sounds, whatever. So you have one clean guitar and then instead of having just playing bar chords, they're just doing like in this song, like that wow wow wow, like the flanger effect, whatever. Very, very cool. Any more comments about this song?
This one, no, just going to go back to what I was saying. It's just good to hear his voice like that. And it just showcased his range in this album. I loved it. Yeah.
Well, are you ready for some controversy?
Ooh, bring it on.
Now, remember, these are not my words, but do you remember Mr. Paul Mario Day?
Yes.
That's right. He was a former singer of Maiden with no charisma. Not my words.
He's a nice guy, though, apparently.
So, yeah, I guess so. Well, listen to this statement, shall we?
Oh, okay.
So, this is his take on the song. This is my opinion. When I sang in Iron Maiden, it was a new pub band and nobody wanted to see or hear them. We were all nobodies, all trying to make the best music we could and fighting for an audience. In 1976, photos, recordings were next to impossible to have if you were poor boys from East London. So I cannot prove I wrote the words and melody for Strange World. As for anyone who recorded with the band, why are they not on the album credits? Would that be through an agreement or a fact? As for before the time of albums and recording deals, I would say it was creative theft. Not deliberate, as probably I would have done the same thing myself to keep it clean and simple. I think, however, if it made me a mega amount of money in the future, I would have done the right thing and make amends. As back then, we were all pulling for the same side, and it still hurts to think that the first ever song I ever composed was on a big selling album and nobody knows it was me. Not to mention how I scraped to earn a living while Mr. Harris is living like a god. Yes, you can quote me on the above, but please keep in mind I shan't be doing any more interviews about Iron Maiden as I had a musical life after Iron Maiden and it sours my day.
Ooh. Did you feel that?
Uh-oh.
That burned.
Now, here's the problem with this, right? Is that usually I would be like, okay. But in recent times, Iron Maiden wrote that little song called Hallowed Be Thy Name, which they had to settle out of court for lyrics and things like that. And now, what he said though, right, is that they wrote it before they were, massive or whatever, and then he left the band and they just kind of kept the song. That happens all the time. That is really, really common. Well, and what he's saying, he doesn't care about that, is that, when they got famous, they could have guys, I wrote the song. You could have given me a bit of
credit,
right?
Yeah,
so I see what he's saying. If that is true, then that is.
If it's true, yeah.
But at the same time, I'm sure it could be just a record label thing where, listen, you can't prove that you wrote this, or what's the point? It could be a lot of things like that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, the way that I know that Maiden works, if Steve wants to do something, he'll do it.
Yeah.
So I don't know if now the Hallowed Be Thy Name lyric thing is there.
When were those comments from? Do you know?
I don't know. I took it from a quote from the Iron Maiden forum. I remember
even saying Steve wants to do it, he can do it, and depending on when it was done too, they're already big enough that even individually they have pulling power.
Yeah, it could be a lot of reasons for it, but it still is quite dodgy because Steve is the band basically, and everything goes for him. But there's quite a few instances going forward where the band just seem to continue as though they haven't just used someone else's work. I mean, later on, right? There's an album. Do you know that film? Oh my god, what's it called? Fright Night.
Yeah.
So they basically lifted the Fright Night poster for one of the album covers, and I'm sure when you see it, you'll be like, "Oh, that is Fright Night," or whatever. And it's like,
I'm gonna check the original now.
Yeah. So
keep going. Yeah.
I think it's Brave New World, right? Type Iron Maiden Brave New World, and then Fright Night original poster. Yeah.
Is that what we're talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
What do you think about that?
Yeah.
Now we all know Steve loves a film.
Yeah.
And Steve has, I guess, I would say that Steve has, final say.
Hang on a sec. So there's no issues with them doing that?
Oh no, there is. Yeah, but it's just it's dodgy. Like I said, nothing's taken away from what Iron Man have done, whatever. But there is just a lot of instances where, now in these early days, fair enough, whatever. Because when you're in a band in the early days, people moving, whatever, the songs keep going, and even if you added something to it, there's no one's got a lawyer around all the time, fucking making contracts, whatever. So whatever. But maybe they had a bad relationship with him or something, whatever.
It's a little bit warped and stretched on their one. It's like a wish.com version.
Yeah. But it is, it's quite dodgy, isn't it?
Yeah.
So that's one thing. I may have just got this little tiny dodgy thing about them now, especially these days since this Hallowed Be the Name thing, where, if this guy, Paul Mario Day, is saying that he did, because it is a weird, it is not a normal Iron Maiden song, is it?
No.
This is not a song that I would say, oh yeah, Steve wrote that.
No.
So I tend to, kind of believe him, but at the same time, Steve, you need to sort this stuff. You should have sorted this stuff out early. pay Paul for his bloody contribution to Strange World,
Yeah.
and then pay all the other guys you lifted all the lyrics from, which I know I've been in, being creative sometimes you do use placeholder lyrics and things like that, but but once again, it was early days and they couldn't prove anything, but whatever. If Paul Mario Day did write this song, I would like to say good job, mate, but I guarantee Paul Diano shits all over your version. So yeah, thank you for that. It's like Elvis Presley. He just sings it.
That's it.
You write it.
No, but Paul just sung so beautiful. Thank you.
Lovely, right?
Yeah.
It's very, very lovely. So let's just finish up here about Strange World. So Strange World was also recorded during the Soundhouse tapes. You remember that one?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
But the band weren't happy with the recording, so it doesn't end up on the EP. But I have heard it actually, and it is very, very good.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what they're talking about. After we finish this album, we're going to recover the Soundhouse tapes and the Metal Mothers compilation,
okay, cool.
which is basically the first recordings that I May Never made, which was released. We'll listen to them before moving on to the next album. So I think that'll be quite good. But you can listen on YouTube, actually. I'll send it to you later.
Cool.
What's funny though, right, is that if I found, obviously I don't have a copy of the Soundhouse tape, so I'm listening to them on YouTube.
Yeah.
But if you type in Strange, I think it's a Strange World for this one.
Mm-hmm.
If you go on the YouTube, there's one posted by a channel called the Iron Maiden Vault, and the top comment is from Paul Cairns, who is a guitar player, and he said he's saying that the second solo is me, not Dave Murray, because everyone's like saying, oh, that's amazing, Dave Murray, but he's like, it was me.
No, you got it wrong.
Yeah, I then decided to check the other versions of the song to see if he commented it, and he had as well. The bloody attention whore. So he literally wrote this, right? Hi folks, second guitar solo is me. I played on a Gibson Les Paul 76 Tobacco Sunburst Marshall head and a 4x12 single cab, Ibanez chorus pedal, harmonics.
Actually.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying?
Oh my god. Stop fucking lying. Now, this is the introduction of the Actually segment. This is the segment where I basically say the word actually in a condescending manner because the person or persons have stated something I know to be factually incorrect. So firstly, tobacco is a plant, not a color. Marshall head, what model? Got a serial number? How come you're so detailed about your guitar but just say Marshall amp? What one was it? Dodgy if you ask me, mate. Ibanez chorus pedal. Considering the first Ibanez chorus pedal, the CS9, came out in 1982, and this album was done in 1981, I think I'm getting a bit porky pies there, mate. So, not sure if it's actually him commenting. It could be anybody. Yeah. But anyway, impress me, Paul. Let's listen to your bloody solo then. Come on. Okay, that was pretty good, actually.
I was actually getting the feels. I had my eyes closed and everything.
Yeah, I'm only joking. I didn't mean to say that Paul was a...
Why the fuck you lying?
But I did feel, I'm only joking. Just letting you go. No. Like, I actually really like that solo on the Soundhouse version, which is not on the released one. So actually, when we finish this album, we're listening to the actual EP plus a bonus of The Strange World,
Yeah.
which was not released, and then we'll listen to the Metal and Mothers version too, which is very cool.
Nice.
Anyway, so yeah,
More
next week
bonuses.
we're going to continue with the album 1988 album, which will be Charlotte the Harlot next time.
Yeah.
And if you have anything to say to us, please email us at listentoimaidenbaby@gmail.com.
That's it.
A lot of negative comments towards Ante, please.
Bring it on.
Nothing
Going
towards
back
me.
to all the new musos out there, like I was saying, play what you want to play. Pick up that guitar.
Or not.
Or not. Why the fuck you lie?
All right, guys. So yeah, we'll catch you next time. And please listen to the band
Iron Maiden.
who are.
A 5-piece heavy metal band from the East End.
All right. And if Blaze is watching, if Blaze is listening, sorry, I'm very sorry for saying a lot of bad things about you. I didn't say it. You said it.
I'm fucking killing myself!
All right. See you next time.
Take it easy, guys.